tone. Just us, 1, 2, 3.
Just us.
Just us.
Just us.
Just us.
Just us, 1, 2, 3. Just us.
Welcome back to the Just Us podcast. Sorry for being so awkward.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't even know how to introduce ourselves. We've done this so much now, but this is our second longer episode. We've done quite a few.
What do we call these?
These are called 3-pointers
Yeah.
instead of jump shots. Jump shots are our game recaps, and these are the longer episodes that talk about the week more holistically and really dive into more of the culture things going on for the Warriors and around the NBA as well.
That voice is our illustrious host, Shazia, and I am your co-host, Tamur Hussain. And like Shazia said, we're going to cover the important subject matter for this week in the NBA as it pertains to the Warriors, and generally in the future we probably will be doing more focus on culture. It's just the NBA season's just starting, so things are going to ramp up slowly, but we have already planned, paid for, and booked attendance for multiple events coming up. We're going to go watch Steve Kerr do an interview soon. Then we have like various team-based activities coming up, so we'll have plenty to discuss. Even though we do have a bit of a packed show today, we're going to talk through Shazia's attendance of the season opener at Chase. We're going to talk through our impressions of Starting Five, which is out now on Netflix. We watched two episodes. And then we are obviously going to get into the big story for the week, which is...
What is the big story of the week?
The big story of the week is a
Gambling
gambling scandal. The NBA season has started with the FBI arresting multiple people from the NBA as part of a bust on some illegal gambling and match fixing rings.
Let's just say this has been the most interesting way to start the season of any season that I can remember in recent history. There's been so many things going on. Players are getting career highs. There's been arrests. There's been just so much drama. We're here for it.
Yeah, we're very here for it. And then from there, we are going to talk briefly, or we're going to talk however briefly Shazia wants to, because this is purely on you.
It's fashion.
It's fashion. We're going to talk about some new Warriors apparel that is either available or will be available soon. Specifically, a very expensive puffer jacket. And then we also have the new jerseys have been fully revealed. So we'll talk about that as well. Sound good?
Sounds great. Let's get into it.
Let's start with the season opener.
Yeah, so I went to the season home opener on October 23rd. It was the Warriors versus Nuggets. I went with my friend Brian. I'll tell you what I wore. So I wore my new Jimmy Butler III jersey, which I got for both myself and for you as a little, pre-season gift. Because I do like to purchase some merch. It was on sale. So, I had to get those for us.
Anything on sale? She's buying it.
I am buying it. I'm a sucker for a 20% or 25% off sale. Yeah. So I wore my Jimmy jersey. Arrived at Thrive City, which is the area outside of Chase Center, pretty early because I wanted to be there right when doors open. Brian and I had decided we would get there right when doors open so we could go inside. But we had enough time to go to the team store ahead of doors opening. So there's a lot of new merchandise. So they had new clothing. Obviously they had the jerseys for all of the players. One thing that really stood out to me in the fashion area was a cropped jacket by a brand called Off Season. And for those of you who know Off Season, this is Kristen Juszczyk's brand. So Kristen Juszczyk is the wife of Kyle Juszczyk, who's on the San Francisco 49ers football team, American football team. Not to be confused with football, which is also known as soccer.
Thank you for calling it football.
Yes. American football. And he plays for the 49ers, and his wife is a great fashion designer. She puts together kind of like patchwork designs, makes like designs really elevated. And she started doing this just as a hobby, and now it's become a really successful brand. I think they sell some of her pieces at Nordstrom, but they had her jackets and vest at the team store, which was really exciting.
Did you get it?
I tried it on.
It looked good. You sent the picture. It looked
Yeah,
really good.
I really liked it a lot. I thought it looked really good. I'm going to be making a TikTok of what it looked like and how it was styled on the mannequin and me trying it on. Unfortunately, it was $364.99, which seemed like a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, it's hard to justify that.
Even with my season ticket holder discount, I thought it was maybe a little too much.
Yeah. Well, just wait. Just wait until you have a weak moment, and then you'll want to buy it. It'll probably be one day where we take a particularly bad loss, and you want to
Cheer
lift
myself
your
up.
spirits. You'll walk out with a $365 puffer jacket,
Yeah.
and you'll look good doing it.
I mean, Christmas is coming up, Tam, right?
We
The
are
holidays.
Muslim. We don't celebrate Christmas.
But, I deserve a holiday gift, do I not?
Sure. Yeah. Let's say yes. The way you're looking at me, let's say yes.
It's a business expense, okay?
I like how we're building this kind of meta narrative where like you're very mean to me.
I'm not. For those of you who listened to the end of our last podcast, we did get into a little. It wasn't an.
It wasn't even an argument.
It wasn't even an argument.
I just
was
didn't say anything because I realized if I don't say anything, it's going to sound like you're just having a go at me.
just bullying you.
Yeah.
I
but
do not
it was-
bully
No,
you.
you don't bully.
Not all the time, anyway.
Not while there's microphones in your face.
No.
As soon as those
But see, I
microphones are
didn't
off,
even-
she's
so-
punching me.
I didn't even know that the microphone was still on when I was talking, which was the funny part.
The best part is when I was editing the podcast, I cranked it up a bit.
So you
just
could
that
actually
bit,
hear.
so you could really hear her bullying.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic.
But anyway, yeah. So a holiday gift would be nice at some point. Anyway, so the team store, definitely check it out. We haven't bought any of the new stuff yet, though we probably will invest in a few new items for the season soon. In Thrive City, there's a bunch of restaurants and bars and, different places to hang out.
It's really cool.
It is really cool. And it was really vibrant for, the start of the season. They had a DJ playing outside. He was playing some, older hip hop rap, which was, a lot of fun. They had Papa Shot, which for those of you who don't know, it's that thing where like there's a basket and then you just keep shooting and then you're side by side with someone else and you see who's going to make more baskets. I didn't try it because of the germaphobe aspect of someone else touching the basketballs and then me touching the basketballs,
You didn't have your hand sanitizer.
Of course I had my
Fine.
hand sanitizer, but it just seemed really not sanitary at all.
I mean, you're about to walk into a stadium.
I know. Exactly. But you know how particular I am
Yes.
when I'm in the arena.
Yes.
The giveaway for all attendees was a Warriors hat. So, after you get your ticket scan and you walk in to Chase Center, everyone got a white Warriors hat.
I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, yeah. What does it say on it? It says Golden State Warriors. It's presented by Chase Freedom.
Mhm.
And it's a very, I'd say, low quality hat. There's still cardboard inside the hat. Here, I'm going to pass it to Tam right now. I can't get it.
Oh.
I can't get it out.
What is that?
Yeah.
That is some, unfortunately, Chase, that is and Warriors, I guess, that's a very low quality hat.
It's very flimsy.
Yeah, it's flimsy. I mean, you can
And-
still wear it and it'll be fine, but it's weird that the actual embroidery of the name of the team looks so weird. It looks like it was just stamped on almost.
Almost. And on the back of the hat, it says 2025 to 26, signifying the season. But nowhere on the hat does it say it's the home opener. So in previous seasons, for the home opener, there's always a t-shirt. A free t-shirt for all fans in attendance. And usually it says home opener. There's a cool graphic on it. It says the year. It says the team name. I was hoping for that, but all I got was a flimsy hat.
Yeah. And you have a lot of those. You have
I have
for the
all the
milestone
home opener t-shirts.
for the milestone games. You have a lot of the t-shirts, like playing t-shirts, that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, so that's
I know
my
why
critical
you're bummed out
feedback
about it, yeah.
to the team. I mean, I do love a giveaway. I did wear the hat because I didn't want to carry it around. But I noticed a lot of people were not wearing their hats. They probably put them in their bags or like hung them on their bags. I wore mine because I didn't want to lose it, and I also didn't want it to get dirty.
Yeah.
When Brian and I got inside, I was immediately approached by someone from the Warriors social media team wanting to get a picture of me and my Labubu. So
Did she identify herself as being on the Warriors?
she
social
did, and I looked at her badge. I wanted to make sure she had an official like a nice camera.
media?
So she was like
Is
taking
that
pictures.
Is that how you ascertain whether someone's legit or not?
Yeah.
How nice is their camera?
Exactly. It looked like a nice camera. And she was also very friendly. But I have a blue Big Energy Labubu, and it's dressed in a Warriors Stephen Curry jersey. So he has the number 30 jersey, and also has a little basketball accessory hanging from it. It also should be wearing its Louis Vuitton sneakers, but it's really hard to get the shoes onto the Labubu, so I decided to forego that for the game.
Not very realistic either. No basketball players wearing Louis Vuitton sneakers while they're playing.
No, they are not.
The rest of it is very accurate, though.
Yeah, the rest of it's very accurate. So she took a picture of me, Brian, and the Labubu, which is on the Chase Center Instagram page.
Interesting.
So go check it out if you want to see it, and also visit our TikTok or Instagram page to see me dressing up the Labubu in its outfit. So go to Just Us GSW Pod to check that out.
Yeah.
It was a hit because someone else also approached me
Another person?
Yeah, another like official representative of I think it's the tequila brand, Mi Campo. I'm not exactly sure, but there was a photo booth. There was actually Brian and I did the photo booth with my Labubu, which is a lot of fun. And then that person was also like, I need a picture of your Labubu. So
Did she put it by the tequila?
she did. She tried to give my Labubu Haram tequila.
Haram.
Yeah. I was like, no, can you please get that
Diet
away?
Coke only for that Labubu.
Yeah. So,
water.
but that was my experience. Obviously, a lot of things were happening as we entered the arena. I really wanted to get to our seats so we could watch Steph Curry warm up. So thankfully, we got to our seats in time to watch the tail end of Steph's warm up. We got to see him shoot his half court shots. He made I think a couple of them back to back. He missed a few, but I mean, there was one that he took where he shot it from half court. It released from his fingertips, and he turned around and walked away because he knew it was going in, and it did. And everyone was oohing and awing, and I was like, yeah, he's going to have an amazing game. If he does that in his warm-ups, it's going to be a good one.
And he did.
And he did.
Oh boy,
Yeah,
did he.
the game was incredible.
Yes,
And
you
we'll get to
can-
that in a minute.
Yeah, you can listen to the recap of that game on the Just Us podcast's YouTube channel. It's the Warriors Denver season opener. We've got a nice little breakdown there.
Yeah, it was a great game overall. But let me tell you what Brian and I ate.
Wow, the level of detail you've gone into here is quite impressive.
You know what? I feel like I want everyone to know what I do and like what the experience was like. Because if you go to a game with me, I'm going to make you do all of these things as well.
This is 100% true. This is our usual routine.
Yeah. So we went to get our designated driver cups. So you get a free fountain drink if you identify as being a designated driver. You're not going to drink for the night. I never drink, obviously. So I was able to get a free fountain drink cup. I drank water, actually, Tam. I didn't tell you that. So I didn't get a soda this time. Brian, you know what? Brian is a good influence on me because he drinks water and he doesn't drink soda, which I don't think you know about.
Good
But
stuff, Brian.
So I drank water. We got the Popcornopolis.
Oh, wow.
So that's the official name of this popcorn thing that they do where they mix 3 flavors of popcorn. They have the kettle flavored popcorn, they have cheddar, and they have caramel popcorn. And they put it in layers into the bag. Delicious. I mean, we ate that basically for the entire game, and there was still some left over because it was so much. So that's what we ate.
We'll do a segment on Steph Curry's popcorn addiction in the future.
Yes, he does love popcorn.
What was it like in the arena? What was the vibe?
The vibe was really good. So pretty much every seat was full. Every seat in our section was filled. Like there was no room to even really move. Like usually there's a few seats that are empty, sometimes even in our row, but every single seat was filled. and there's a new in-arena announcer. I don't recall his name, but the vibe is a little different. What did you think when you heard the announcer at the preseason game?
He's got good announcer voice, but I think over the last few seasons we've got very accustomed to, and kind of expect some of the speech affectations that he does. The old one did with the player names and that kind of stuff, or even moments where, for example, when Steph Curry is going to shoot 2 free throws, he would go, Steph Curry to shoot 2. And that was always fun. And the way he says Kuminga, so it would be Jonathan Kuminga. And so I miss those kind of things.
Yeah.
Now it's just he has his own little things that I'm not as into, but give it time, I guess.
We'll give it some time. Yeah, so it's kind of getting used to that, but overall I thought the video package pre-game was really good. There's new iconography, there's new videos. They created a lot of that during media day.
Is it the one in the shipping container?
Yeah, so it's a shipping container theme. What do you think about the shipping containers?
I like it better than last season's on the
Desert?
Was it desert or was it the Golden Gate Bridge at one point? It was like this weird desert kind of theme and
sand, storm.
Sand. It was and like thunderstorms. And the issue with that is it looked very CGI. You could tell how CGI it looked, and it was very odd.
I mean, the shipping container also looks a bit AI.
The shipping container is an actual shipping container, though. You can see that they've created a set for it. I think the lighting is what makes it look a bit soft in that CGI way.
But then in the video package, which you'll see at the next game, there's an actual boat, like a container ship that has the Warriors brand on it.
Weird.
Yeah, so that I think that can't be real.
Oh no, probably not.
No. Yeah. But I thought it was pretty cool. I liked the new video, the introduction of the players. I haven't told you this yet, but it starts off with Jimmy drinking coffee.
Really?
It's fun.
The package does?
Yeah, right before the game starts and they're showing all the players and stuff. He's sitting down drinking a coffee.
Where is he sitting? Just
on a shipping container. Yeah, basically on a shipping container.
Wow, was it a Big Face coffee?
No, I don't think they can brand it.
They didn't
brand it with his brand.
They didn't brand it Pajemski yet.
No, they didn't.
Was it the Get Out My Way song?
Oh, I don't think so. I forget what song it was. We'll have to remember that to listen to that when we go next time.
Yes.
But after that was done, they introduced all the players. So this they only do for the first game of the season that's at home.
Yeah.
They go through all the bench players, every single player got introduced to the crowd, which was a lot of fun. Obviously, Jimmy, Steph, and Draymond got the most cheering.
Did Al get a good cheer?
He did, yeah.
New players generally get a good cheer as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember the one for CP3 was wild.
That was
very
crazy.
Loud.
Yeah, but Steph got the most. I mean, it's his 17th NBA season. I mean, just to hear that is incredible. Absolutely incredible. So,
impressive.
Once the players are introduced.
But they also, just to further put a point on that, they also introduced the players that aren't playing. So Moses Moody was there just wearing his sweater, and
Jackson Rowe was there.
Jackson Rowe was just in his civilian outfit.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I like that.
I will say Moses Moody was wearing an outfit that I didn't like.
He looked like a librarian.
He was wearing a mint green colored zip-up sweater.
That thing probably cost $800.
I don't know what brand it was, but I did not like it at all.
Listen, we don't want to hear it from the person who can't buy a $360 puffer jacket.
Excuse me, it's $364.99.
Okay, my bad. Okay.
So after they introduce the players, usually the team dances, which is really fun. They dance around the hoop. They're jumping around, they're dancing, they're having a good time.
GP2 does the thing where he jumps up and headbutts the board.
Very dangerous.
Every time he does it, I'm like, one of these days he's gonna miscalculate the
He'll
power
get a concussion
and concuss himself. There's one video of Steph Curry when he's not playing in one of the games, but he's standing by the basket, and GP2 does it, and Steph looks so confused. He's looking up at it and then looking at GP2 and being like, "What? Why did you do that?"
Yeah.
It's so funny.
I don't know of any other player that headbutts the backboard.
No, it is uniquely
It just shows.
GP2.
I think he does it because he wants to show that he can jump that high. Yeah, and
It's a
he
threat.
can. It is. It is. So, last season, as the players were like going on the court and doing all their handshakes to start the game, they used to play blow the whistle. For the home opener this time, they played Tell Me When to Go, which was a lot of fun. E40 was there, so E40 has a designated seat.
I sat in it.
Yeah, we've sat in that seat before, right next to the Warriors bench. But maybe it was in honor of him that they played Tell Me When to Go. I'm very curious to hear what song they play going forward. We love Blow the Whistle. I feel like that's the song of our relationship, essentially.
Yeah, basically.
Like
yeah.
our
It's the
favorite
theme tune.
song.
We played it at our engagement.
Yeah, at
yeah.
our wedding stuff.
At our wedding, people might not know this, but what song did we play at our wedding? We had an orchestral version of.
Oh my gosh, Round Ball Rock by John Tesh.
Yeah. And that was the walkout music.
That was, so after we said I do,
Yeah.
and they're like, that's exactly it. So we, that's the song of our wedding.
There's only about, you wouldn't be able to tell it is Round Ball Rock unless you know Round Ball Rock very well.
Yeah.
So one of our friends was like, is that Round Ball Rock? And she's got a history of watching a lot of basketball games. But everyone else did not notice.
No.
So, and also, funnily enough, the musicians, they work in the video game industry. They're members of the official Warframe band, which is crazy because I know that, the team behind Warframe and that kind of stuff. So it's a very small world kind of thing. And she was like, no one has ever requested that, so that you've got a unique song for your set. Which is nice.
We are very weird people.
Yes.
At the end of the day.
Very basketball pilled.
Yeah, we are basketball fans through and through. So anyway, E40 was there. They played Tell Me When to Go. We're hoping that they play Blow the Whistle again. Hopefully they'll reintroduce that. You can listen to our recap of the game to hear how, like, the flow of the game and how things went. But overall, this game went into overtime. It was a crazy finish. And just to give you an idea of what the atmosphere and energy was like, we're upper level. Our season tickets are upper level. And usually lower level fans, they're standing when it comes time for like big moments like this where the game is tied and there's like 2 minutes left. Everyone upper level was standing too. And it's hard, like, people usually don't stand in upper level because it's kind of hard to see when, people are standing.
Yeah.
But I was standing for the last 2 minutes of the game and then for the entire 5 minutes of overtime. Like, it was crazy. The energy was pumping. Like, everyone was super excited. We were all screaming. It was intense,
I had the same
exciting.
thing. I was watching alone
At home? Yeah, you were
but
standing, I'm guessing.
I assumed the dad pose, which
Yeah.
is standing up in front of the TV with your hands clasped behind your back.
We
and,
love
like,
to do that
gently
pose.
swaying on your feet. That's the official dad pose. Dad watching either news or sports pose. So that's what I was doing.
And at one point, Steph did urge the fans to get loud. So he was like raising his hands, getting the fans pumped because it was he was taking free throws. And usually when the home team is taking a free throw, you're quiet, right? Because you don't want to distract them. You want the player to make their free throws. But Steph is an automatic free throw. He's 91 or 92% usually for the season. So he was like riling up the fans, really getting everyone excited. People were chanting MVP. But it was really loud. Even the defense chants were super
You could
loud.
hear it on the broadcast.
Yeah.
It was super loud.
It felt like the playoffs, even though it was just game two
Felt
of
like
82.
Oracle.
Yeah, it felt like
Probably.
Roracle for sure.
Oracle. Yeah.
So that was my experience at the season opener.
Fantastic. Sounds like it was a fun one.
Very fun.
Every game that we go to is usually fun in different ways, but season openers have a unique vibe to them, which if anyone ever gets the opportunity to go to a season opener, regardless of what team it is, obviously we'd like it to be the Warriors. But you should take that opportunity. It's such a unique experience. But yeah, you had a good time.
I did.
And now
Then we came home and immediately recorded the podcast.
Yes.
The recap
This
podcast.
is your new life now. This is what you signed up for. This
I know.
is what you wanted.
I didn't realize how tiring it would be.
Yeah.
Like all the prep. Like I was at halftime, Brian and I was like, I need to take notes. Brian, what were your thoughts on the first half of the game?
And you sent them to me and I replied with the thoughts of Miko, our cat, which was you have food, give it to me. But we didn't talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah.
All right, so a successful start to the season for the Warriors. We're currently 2-1. Took a scheduled loss against the Trailblazers. You can listen to the recap of that on the Just Us podcasts YouTube channel. But let's move on to the next story, the big story, the old gambling scandal.
Yeah, gambling is very prevalent.
Do you remember when we first started watching ball together, and I used to complain all the time about how much gambling there is?
Yeah, and there's just so many adverts all the time
Yes.
about gambling sites and different things, and there's so many apps and things like that. And and then they always have to have the disclaimer, like, if you're addicted to gambling, like, call this number, blah, blah, blah.
It's really interesting because that stuff, I believe, in the UK at the very least, or Europe, is far more regulated. You can't do that kind of stuff. I think during sports games, football games or soccer games, they have rules on what stuff you can advertise. Because they know that the audience that is going to be watching it also includes younger people. So generally you won't see adverts for cigarettes, or it used to be way more strict with alcohol, but I think they've eased that a little bit. But gambling, you never see. I never see, at least on terrestrial TV, but certainly on as long as I've been alive, I've never seen gambling adverts with this level of intensity. So, and it's also frustrating because it infects every part of the game. Where if you go online, people aren't discussing the game; they're discussing over/under.
Yeah, they're parlays or
Their
whatever.
parlays or whatever. Even when we're watching the Warriors broadcast, they will every now and then talk about betting odds and talk about what bets they're going to place, which I find is really annoying. And I think the other part of it that is really frustrating, remember I used to say the NBA has some of the most annoying, useless stats ever. It'll be like, he's now the record holder for scoring 30 points within the first quarter while wearing pink trainers.
On a Tuesday.
On a Tuesday. And it's like, what who cares? What is that for? And the reason it is because betting changed from the outcome of a game or the score of a game to prop bets, which my understanding is prop bets open the door for betting on literally anything. And that could be like, oh, this player is going to play 3 minutes, or will go out in the first quarter, or will get injured in this. You can come up with any sort of bet. And that's why these apps have such a high adoption rate, because you can do prop bets. And that is what has led to some of the gambling scandals. I know gambling is pretty common here. It's $1 billion industry, so it's not likely to go away. But my hope is what has happened kind of makes people rethink the way they approach it.
Yeah, so the drama of this gambling scandal, I think, is twofold. One of them actually has to do with poker.
Yes.
The other one has to do with what you're talking
Prop
about,
bets.
which is prop bets for the NBA specifically.
Yes. So the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, Chauncey Billups, was arrested on October 23rd. So he's one of the key figures. The other main high-profile figure is player Terry Rozier. Those two are the main kind of focus of it all. And this is all info that was revealed in federal indictments, and it pertains to illegal betting on NBA games using insider info. That's Terry Rozier's part, I believe. Billups is accused of being involved in an illegal poker ring operated by the mafia that has reportedly taken $7 million from competitors.
That's crazy. Just think about that. That's the mafia we're talking about here.
Yeah, so Damon Jones is also involved. Damon Jones, another, I think, player. But what they were doing was sharing info about injuries and starting lineups to make bets. And they also laundered winnings. They were encouraging others to make fraudulent bets too. So Rozier has been charged for rigging bets. Billups, meanwhile, has been charged with dozens of other things as part of this like illegal poker scheme thing. And the key thing that everyone is talking about is they both served as face cards, which is a term that is used to describe a celebrity that lures other people into rigged betting, or in this case, poker games. you kind of have a inbuilt trust around celebrities, right? So I think they use their stardom to get other people in, or also, when you're an NBA player, you have money, right? You can convince other people who have money to come and play. And it's very, very prevalent. I remember last time we recorded, I mentioned there was a connection to the Warriors. And that connection isn't necessarily a indication of fault or any sort of wrongdoing. It's just it shows you the level of pervasiveness that is. One of the people who allegedly has attended this kind of poker game is Jimmy Butler. But again, he was probably lured into that. He's not part of a ring. He was just playing poker. But unaware of that, there's way more stuff going on. But yeah, Damon Jones told people about told people about a big Lakers player that wouldn't play against the Milwaukee Bucks in February 2023. They don't name who that is, but one player did not play during that game, and it was LeBron James. Still unconfirmed who that player they're talking about is, but LeBron definitely didn't play during that game. That's not to implicate LeBron in anything. He just was injured and was out. What he didn't know was a player was informing someone else outside of the NBA about that and telling them to bet on it.
Yeah, because the way that it works in terms of player injuries, and this it's taken very seriously because it informs betting and whatnot. So a team will usually know in the morning if a certain player who's injured will play or not play. And sometimes they're listed as questionable or game time decision, but they're fairly sure in the morning if that player is going to play or not. But they do not reveal that information until closer to the start of the game, or else that information can be taken and bet on, or nefarious things can be done with that information.
Correct. So Rozier was told people to bet on him not making certain stats in the game. And then he left in the first quarter of the game when he was playing for the Charlotte Hornets. So that is kind of match fixing involving himself. So he told someone, this is going to happen. I will make it happen. It's the equivalent of a more understandable touchstone is boxing, where you tell someone, I'm going to go down in the third round. They bet on that. And then third round comes, you on purpose take a hit or you fake it and go down. Similar thing, he told them, bet on this, and then exited a game, and money was won because of that. More recently, actually at the time of recording, which is Saturday, they have escalated the investigation, and US Congress has requested a briefing from Adam Silver, the commissioner of the NBA, concerning the NBA gambling scandal, and that needs to happen by October 31st. So
this is crazy.
It's becoming high profile, and this is why I'm saying maybe it will change, because Adam Silver is now involved. And Adam Silver, I think his whole thing is improving viewership and diversifying the way people watch it, and he's willing to do some and say some wild stuff. Like, he recently said that people watch NBA games through their clips when it was confronted with the fact that it's so difficult to watch all the games, without subscribing to 5 different things, which is true. And his response was something along the lines of, well, people mostly watch it through clips on the internet anyway, which is the stupidest thing you can ever say. But he does make some interesting decisions now and then. So this is bad PR for the NBA.
It's
the
horrible.
League is horrible. I don't think I hope it changes something. I don't think so, because that industry is $1 billion.
Yeah, and I do wonder if this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Are they going to now, because I feel like when people get arrested, they then are going to rat and snitch on other players so that they can save themselves. Like, how widespread was this, or is this? And so I wonder if this is just the start of something even bigger.
So this is something that kind of pops up regularly, the idea of match fixing, or also more frequently you'll see it. Former players will be talking on podcasts about their time in the NBA, and every now and then a player will say the NBA rigs games, which I'm not sure I agree with, but that kind of conversation frequently reappears. And more recently, someone like, there's been hints on these various sports or former player-led podcasts that this stuff is incredibly prevalent within the NBA amongst players. So I'm not surprised. And then also, there's been pundits who have also indicated this is likely not the end of it, whether because that's the corruption is more widespread or because there's an ulterior motive behind it. I know Stephen A. Smith was on TV talking about how this is not over. They're going to kind of descend on the NBA. And it's not just because of the gambling stuff. It's also because the current administration has grudges against people in the NBA or the NBA itself.
Or is just using it as a deflection tactic.
Yes, exactly. So it's very, very quickly escalated into a legal, political kind of drama. And I think in all likelihood, it will get swept under the rug.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. I think probably Chauncey Billups will be dismissed. He has been dismissed, I guess.
He's no longer the head coach, of
yeah.
the team.
So he'll likely be dismissed. Probably that's his career done.
He's a Hall of Fame. Like, are they going to take away his Hall of Fame status? Like,
Unclear.
I don't know what's going to happen.
I mean, like, I don't know if there's been anything this serious with a coach before. Not recently, not in gambling.
Recently, no.
The closest it comes scandal-wise was, what's his name, cheating on his wife.
Udoka?
Yeah, Udoka.
Yeah.
But
he's now the coach of a different team.
He's a coach of this. So that doesn't apparently mean that much. So
No.
that's, being caught in an adultery scandal isn't enough to tarnish a ref. I would imagine, a coach's career. I would imagine gambling is probably enough to basically get you blacklisted from the NBA as a coach because it undermines the integrity of the game as opposed to undermining your own personal integrity.
Exactly.
So I think he'll be done. Terry Rozier is probably done if they're found guilty. All this stuff is alleged currently, and there will be investigations and that kind of stuff. But
I mean, if they had enough to arrest them, I think there must be some kind of evidence to support it.
correct.
And so over 30 people were arrested so far.
Reportedly, it could go deeper.
Yeah.
So this is something that and it's also very awkward for a lot of players because they're being asked about it. Coaches are being asked about it. And I think the awkward part of it is they're friends. Like, I know on the broadcast yesterday or the day before, Festus was talking about this subject matter and was talking about Terry Rozier as he was saying, my guy, which is like, it's awkward because in that moment, in my brain, I was like, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have put yourself that close to someone who's in the spotlight, in the firing line right now for doing something illegal. But I bet you it came naturally to him because they were apparently friends. So now it's forcing NBA players to be more cognizant and be more PR trained about how they talk about this issue, which NBA players aren't the best at that.
They're not.
They're not great at that.
They need more PR training, let's be real.
I work in the video game industry and PR training is prevalent there. And it is good because from the publisher side, developer side, that you've trained your spokesperson to not reveal things or not be, divisive or whatever. From the other side, as fans and reporters, it's really frustrating because they stick so close to approved lines that you don't get anything interesting out of them. They kind of bury their personalities. So they probably do need a little more PR training, but I hope I'm also on the side where it's like, I hope they don't get PR training because it would, I personally find that a lot of interviews around involving NBA players are, putting it politely, not great. They always ask the most obvious questions. They ask the questions where if I was there, I could answer those questions because I've heard the players talk about this so frequently, parroted these same sentiments before so frequently that it's just wasting time.
Right.
And it feels like we don't get very many meaningful, substantial interviews out of it. And I feel like PR training would only make it worse. So yeah, it's an interesting event that is taking place in the NBA right now.
What a scandal.
What a scandal.
Yeah, we'll report on it as it develops, I guess.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens next.
As my friend Alex says, NBA is so back.
It is back,
He's
baby.
very excited about it.
We're very excited.
We
Yeah,
are
I mean,
so
this is
back.
this was what we were craving, right? During the off season, we were just like, it's so boring. Life is so boring without
Yes.
basketball.
These are the dramas we want. Like we've had to sit there idly by and watch all this Taylor Swift nonsense happening.
Please,
And all
no,
these...
don't worry. You know what? We're not saying anything
Oh no,
about her.
I'm not saying anything about her. I mean like
Okay.
everyone getting caught up in this thing and it becoming the overwhelming topic of conversation online and offline, and Travis Kelce, and now it's our turn.
Yeah, now it's the NBA.
Now we get some,
yeah, now it's about basketball.
now we get
Back
some,
to basketball.
Yeah, we get some controversy with public figures that we actually care about.
Exactly.
So we're going to be eating.
Even
good.
my mom has heard about this scandal.
Yep.
So that's when you know that it's gone deep
Yeah, it passes
in the news.
The
Yeah.
Shazia's mum test.
Yeah.
It's like the bus driver test, where you ask a bus driver if they know XYZ thing, and if the bus driver's like, I don't know what you're talking about, then the larger public doesn't care.
Right.
All right, let's move on to some other lighter subject matter.
Fashion. So the Warriors, typically every season, they will have a new Warriors edition jersey. This season, they've unveiled their City Edition uniform, and it celebrates the town. So for those of you who don't know, the town is emblematic of Oakland, where the team was based previously. And I love the town.
I love the original
slogan
town jersey.
and all of that. So Oakland is kind of referred to as the town, right? The city is San Francisco. The town has been referred to by, hip hop artists and other things. It was popularized by hip hop, by Oakland being called the town. So it's basically a tree, an oak tree, that has its roots pretty deep. It's a cool emblem. I like it a lot. It was in previous seasons in a kind of grayish, black, and yellow colorway. This season, they're reintroducing the jersey, but it's a different colorway this time. It's cream with a brown trim.
And gold accents.
It's very interesting. I've never seen a color like that before on a Warriors uniform.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I initially didn't really like it. And then I think the more that I saw it, the more it kind of grew on me. And I think it's partly to lean into the idea of nature, the tree, that kind of stuff, and having like deep roots. So it makes sense from a thematic point of view. And when they initially, because prior to the season starting, there's always leaks where it's like, oh, here's this, the city edition of the jersey. And that one popped up. And I remember thinking, it was just a picture of the jersey. And I remember thinking, oh, that's not great. But now you're seeing it worn by like Steph and Draymond and Jimmy and that kind of stuff. And once it's on a player, it looks way better.
Totally. It's growing on me a lot. At first, I didn't like it. I didn't like the brown details or the aspects there. But now I'm getting to know more of the story about like, the earthiness and, it being about the tree and the roots and all of that. And I actually think the cream and brown go really well together. It is kind of fashiony, I'd have to say, because that template or color style is very prevalent right now. That palette, yes, good word to use. Autumnal look.
I only know this because you said this the other day.
I did, didn't I?
I was paying attention.
Yeah.
And I was looking at my phone, but I was paying attention.
I know you are.
Yeah, so I expect we will be purchasing this in the future.
I'm just worried I'm going to get it dirty. So the colors that I have right now for jerseys are like that, regular Warriors blue color with the yellow. I have the black jerseys with the yellow.
The gold-blooded one.
And you have the ones with the black with the blue trim.
Yeah, I've got the black from last season, which I really love.
Yeah, we love that one.
I also have the black and gold one, Draymond. That was one of the first jerseys I got. I've got the blue one and the white one, I believe.
Yeah, so you have a white one. I don't have a white jersey yet. Maybe I'll get this cream one. But yeah, that would be my only concern is getting it dirty. Yeah.
It'll be available on November 11th at the Golden State Warriors shop, which is in Thrive City. And it's also going to be online in the Warriors shop. So that is going to be exciting. I haven't told you about this, but we are going to be doing a fun little feature.
Ooh, exciting. Tell me more.
We're going to rank the jerseys. We're going to create an official...
Of all time?
Of all time.
Oh, wow. Okay. I already have some thoughts, which
we'll save it for the video. I think that will be our first feature-style video where we'll both be on camera and we will rank what we think are the best jerseys and then go from there.
Okay, I'm
That'll be fun.
excited for that.
Yes. We talked about the puffer jackets. There's actually a town jersey quote here which I really like. Our roots run deep. This is from the website in describing the thinking behind the tree design and the colors. Our roots run deep, from seeds of greatness to hard-earned gold. The legacy of the town lives in the hearts of the warriors everywhere. Now that the mighty oak tree grows anew, a force of nature rising fresh from the rich brown earth of warriors' ground. With its strength at our core, we're bringing this fan favorite back to life, rallying Dub Nation as we strive once again to reach the game's ultimate heights. I like that. The way that was described is really good because it speaks to the legacy of winning. It speaks to the newfound push that we have, the energy that we now have with having brought on Jimmy and various other players. Al, it feels like we're a real contender team now, and then it is aspiring to be champions again. So I think that works really nicely. So good job, Warriors. We get it.
Yeah, and
Nicely
also one other thing to share is the Warriors are going to unveil the new a new court to go along with the jersey. And they're going to be wearing that jersey on the November 24th matchup against the Jazz. We're going to that game, Tam.
Yeah.
So we're actually going to get a Steph Curry, the Town Edition bobblehead for that game, which I didn't know about till I just read the notes in here. So in the run of show, thank you for putting that in there. That excites me very much. Another bobble hell.
Bobble hell. That is what I live in. Yeah.
Bobblehead to add to our Warrior Shrine. And also we're going to an event as well that you signed us
so
up
they
for.
have like a block party style event where they will be launching the new jersey, which we are going to go to. I didn't know about it until when I was researching for the this podcast, and it popped up as an event, so I signed us up for it. I think what we're going to do is just go there and like film a little bit and do a kind of vibes based video, and maybe put it on TikTok or put it on YouTube. We might interview a few fans. So if you are listening and you plan to attend, and you see us walking around with microphones, don't be shy. Come up and chat to us, and maybe you'll be included in the podcast in the future.
And that'll be on Sunday, November 23rd from 2 to 6 p.m. at the Bridge Yard in Oakland.
Correct. That'll be fun, and I'm excited to do that. All right, that brings the main discussion to a close. So it's time to wrap up for us. Few housekeeping notes. Remember, you can follow us on our various platforms. On YouTube, we are just us at Golden State Warriors Podcasts. So you can search for us. If you just search for us, we're not high enough in the rankings. We're still new, so even if you like type in just us, you won't get us because there's so many other things. So you have to scroll down a bit to find us. But we are definitely there. So subscribe there, like the videos, leave some comments, share them as well. We're on all the podcast services, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. On all the socials, we are Just Us GSW Pod. We've got Instagrams, we've got TikToks. So please do follow us as we try and grow this humble little podcast into something a bit more. As we said multiple times before, there are multiple match recaps already available. Those for the first 3 games that we had, very, very quick succession. And then just a point of production for next week. A lot of those match recaps are going to be solo. It will just be me because you're going to be out of town on a work trip.
True. Yeah. So I won't even be able to watch the games. I'm so bummed. I'll be at client dinners on Monday and Tuesday night, and we have a back-to-back game on Monday and Tuesday, so I'll have to catch the highlights. You know what? I'll have to listen to the podcast. I'll have to listen to your recap to figure out what happened, and hopefully we win.
Yeah, so I know it can be weird doing solo podcasts from a listener's perspective, but I will keep it short. I'll keep it sharp. I'll probably, I hate to say this, but it'll probably be 10 minutes each, and 10 minutes because that's the length that YouTube likes. Anything less, and it's like throw this in the void. No one cares, and it will never surface it anywhere. So it'll probably be a 10-minute minimum. I'll do my best to cover as much as I can, provide my thoughts, and then in the future, I think once we're a little more established, I can figure out bringing guests in remotely, which would be nice. But yeah, for the coming week, the games.
Just those two, and
just
then I'll
me.
be back.
Yes.
I'll be back, and we'll do more recaps together.
Yeah. And that
Don't
brings
miss me
us-
too much.
Are you talking to me or the listeners?
Both. All right, everyone.
all right.
Thanks for tuning in. Just us on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Just
us.
us.